Alright, we're live. This is Nick.
Saud.
Coming to you from Next Level Reviews. Today we're talking about UFC 241.
Yep. We're just basically talking about the main fight.
Yeah. So the first big matchup, Romero versus Costa. Costa pulled out the decision.
Yeah.
Romero took a lot of a beating and kept on taking what
They actually both took a pretty bad beating. I mean, if you follow Costa on Instagram,
yeah.
You should, like, if you look at his stories right after, he's got that fat lip and bruised up eyes and bloody face. It was a war, man. I think that was my favorite fight of the night.
Yeah, and I think it won fight of the night too, for the performance bonuses and everything.
Yeah.
They got fight of the night.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it was a great fight. It was an all-out war, man. And that guy Romero, bro, like, props to him for 42 years old. And
if MMA matches were decided based on physique, he'd be like the undisputed champion of the world.
Yeah.
The guy was like 42, jacked and tan.
Jacked and tan, yeah. And he's so he had that whole thing with the whole scandal with the steroids and whatnot, right? That he was shooting up.
Yeah, that's right. It was a tainted supplement case. That's what Bisping was giving him a lot of crap, saying that he was using steroids, and then even Bisping came out and apologized afterwards.
After the whole thing
it was
came
like,
up.
I guess he legitimately
Yeah.
took a supplement that had steroids in it.
Now, did he actually get that money? Because I know he won in the lawsuit for like $27 million or something.
I don't know. I feel like that no-name brand supplement company probably doesn't have $27 million to pay. So he probably just kept assuming they'll pay as much as they possibly can to him, and then just like declare bankruptcy or however.
Dude, $27 million, I'd probably stop fighting.
Yeah.
At 42 years old.
But I think that's like all he knows.
Yeah.
You know, he was like came up wrestling in Cuba and everything. Was part of the Cuban national wrestling team.
How is he so jacked?
All he knows is fighting.
How is he so jacked? I need to get on that supplement that he was taking, bro.
It's like horse meat, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what they all say, right? Horse meat.
Well, what about what you think of Diaz Pettis?
Bro, that was a great fight. I think Pettis broke his foot right in the first round.
Yeah,
I believe.
round number one.
Like I remember looking at it, and it was a low kick, that kind of where his ankle hit Diaz's kneecap. I think that's what happened. I remember seeing it and I was like, shoot, that must have hurt. And then, but the weird thing was, he posted something on Instagram right after the fight, and he said, Diaz, you've got a hell of a head or something, because he thought he broke it from his head, but I think it was like a hit to the knee.
Yeah, I think so too. It looked like it was like the way he checked a kick at one point. But I wasn't even sure if was it the way he was checking a kick, or was it just kind of an accident, just having to collide? But it looked like it was basically like a leg check.
Bro, it looked really bad. But, props to him for continuing the fight. After the first one, I'm going for another 2 rounds of hell,
But Diaz coming off of a 3-year layoff.
Yeah.
And basically, a lot of people were saying that he looked better than ever.
Yeah.
So most of the time, people come back, they have ring rust. I think the reason he didn't have ring rust is because he said the whole time he was training.
Yeah, he kept training.
He didn't take a day off.
Bro, he's such a badass. He is such a badass. You see him coming in to the open workouts with the joint in his hand, or with a blunt.
What was a CBD product?
Yeah.
Which happens to be like his company, Game Up Nutrition. So it was actually like a good marketing thing too, because he was like, you guys need to step your game up Nutrition. So
here's the weird thing. Wasn't his brother suspended because of something like that?
Multiple times, more than once. His brother lost like some of the best times of his career due to that.
Thing is, like, nowadays weed is just so common, right? I mean,
yeah, it's not
really a taboo anymore.
It's not much of a performance enhancer for the fighter.
Yeah, I think the rule is that you're not supposed to fight while high, because they would say that it would maybe alter your pain receptors, and so you wouldn't feel certain kicks or certain punches.
Yeah, I wonder if it could, like, you could be a little concussed and maybe some signs wouldn't show that normally might show, so the doctor wouldn't know when to stop.
No, but that fight was really good. What did you think of the decision?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a 30-27. That one judge had it 29-28.
Yeah.
And I can see the 29-28. My assumption going into the fight was if Pettis wants to win this fight, he needs to win it in the first round. Because Diaz will just outlast him.
Yeah.
I think Pettis specifically said in the lead up to the fight that he was backing off some of his cardio because he didn't have to make weight because he's fighting at a higher weight class. But if you back off cardio against one of the Diaz brothers, that's a recipe.
Yeah, those guys last for a while. They just keep coming at you, keep pressuring you. Bro, I was so mad. Just being a jiu-jitsu guy, I was so mad that he couldn't finish that rear naked, and he tried it twice, I think, during the fight, and every time he got it, I was like, this is it. He's gonna choke him out. And then Pettis is able to get out of it, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, he said afterwards that he felt like he was rushing, like he was pushing the pace, because normally he likes 5-round fights. So in a 3-round fight, he was just trying to push the pace so much where he said he thought if he had slowed down, he probably would have gotten this. And then afterwards, he calls out Masvidal to defend the belt that Nate Diaz now says is strapped around his waist, which is the baddest dude in the game belt.
Yeah.
So he's saying, I'm not concerned with the lightweight belt, the welterweight belt. I'm the baddest dude in the game. That belt's on my waist.
Yeah.
Come and get it. So what did you think? Him calling out Masvidal instead?
I think that was an awesome marketing tool to say that, and him just saying that belt was of him being the baddest. Well, you know what he said. He said the baddest mogul, right? I mean, in the game, and I think that was pretty cool. It's more of a pride thing now. So if him and Masvidal go at it, definitely see me watching that fight.
And obviously, he's a big needle mover. Dana White said after the fight that he was with the ESPN guys, and the ESPN guys were saying this is the biggest ESPN Plus pay-per-view that has been out there, and they said all the beat-up shows basically had the best ratings ever so far. So Nate Diaz is a needle mover for sure. But let's talk about the heavyweight fight, final fight of the night.
That was, bro, did you see DC's face after that? That was, that was pretty sad.
This is where we cut on the video to the crying meme of Cormier. That was
poor guy, man. I felt so bad, and I know there was a thing where Joe Rogan came out on a social media post, and he's talking to a lot of people because in one of his old episodes he said that he regretted interviewing DC after the John Jones loss. Because that's when the whole thing happened where he cried, right? And
it's a great meme, though.
Yeah, that's true. But this time he said he was okay with it. He had asked DC beforehand if it was okay to interview him. But yeah, man, his face looked like heartbroken. It's,
and the thing was, he was looking good.
He was
in the fight, and then I think Miocic's corner told him to start going to the body. And
with big guys, dude, that's how it is. You just get them in the body, that tires them out, man. That liver shot, that liver shot is what won that fight. Because he took that liver shot, and then he got that upper, straight to the face, and DC did not see it coming. And it's usually the punches that you don't see are the ones that hurt. So when he got him into the body, and then he came in with that hook, he didn't see that hook that put him all out of place, and then he just pressured him on the cage and just, boom, went right at it.
I think one of the things I saw too, and kind of the lead up, was kind of like a Rocky III type of thing, where it was you saw DC and he was all civilized now. He's just not ruthless anymore. He's civilized. He's got a lot of good stuff going on in his life. He's rich now. He's famous. And then you cut over to Miocic doing Clubber Lang style and doing pull-ups and stuff, and just looking jacked and mean and looking as serious as a heart attack. And it was I would never question DC's dedication, but there definitely seemed to be a different level of motivation. And even in DC's, I think he got in DC's head a little bit too, because DC was saying before the fight when he shook his hand and he was talking to his corner, he was does he look bigger? I shook his hand is strong. That was on the
sure.
UFC embedded episode.
I didn't even know
I
about
was like, I wonder if he's gotten his head a little bit.
Now that's Stipe looked really good out there.
Yeah.
He looked really good. That was a good fight. I enjoyed it a lot. I was happy Stipe won because it was time to move the belt, take it, give it to somebody else, and then now we'll see if he defends it. Dana White was talking about a rematch, saying if they wanted to do it, then he's up for it. But I know DC came out saying that he had to talk to his family and see what he's going to decide, whether it's going to be him retiring from the gloves. Or...
I think he's got a lot going on in his life. He's very successful outside of the octagon.
Yeah.
He's not one of these guys that has to keep fighting.
Yeah, the
He's
thing
very
is,
successful.
it's very smart to do that because a lot of people just rely on fighting and then they can't retire because they're stuck to it, right?
Yeah.
But for instance, you see McGregor, right? I mean, he's the douchiest of all, but he's smart, right? I mean, he's got his whiskey company, he's got other, So if he wants to stop fighting today, he can do that, and he can still live a pretty good life. Probably does the fighting for the hell of it, you know.
But yeah, overall, great event, and we look forward to doing more of these events in the future. This is Nick and Saud, next level.
Hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next channel.
Oh yeah, the most important thing for your future, if you want to go to the next level, is click like and subscribe.
Yeah, that was bad.